Now that's pretty much set. Let's press Control D and deselect. We now have two channels ready to go. We have Alpha 1 here, we have Alpha 2 here, and we can see our different feather values. It's starting to look like it's ready to go, but obviously we need to fine tune our selection. But we can do all this inside the RGB channel, so make sure you go ahead and click on the name RGB. We don't need to be in either of these channels in order to make a selection of them. Now, this is a nice little set of shortcuts. We need to obviously load Alpha 1. We need to make a selection of the eye. So if you hold down your Apple key again, or your Control key, click on Alpha 1, that gives us our first feathered selection. Now, keeping that key held down, Command or Control, move your cursor over Alpha 2, and if you hold down the Shift key, you'll see your cursor changes to a small plus. I want you to just click on that and see what happens. You'll see it adds the two selections together, both feathers at the same time. Well, this isn't what we want, so just undo that. Keeping the Apple key again held down, this time hold down the Option key or the Alt key on the PC, your cursor changes to a minus. Go ahead and click that. You'll see it now uses one selection to cut a hole through the other one. Well, again, this isn't what we want, but this is giving you some good ideas for making selections in the future based on two different channels, or more. You can add as many as you want. Once again, undo, and now I'm going to hold down a combination of all three keys. Command, Option, Shift on the Mac, or Control, Alt, Shift on the PC. Your cursor now changes so it has a small cross through it. What that's going to do when you click on Alpha 2 now is give you a selection of just the overlapping areas. So we now have a perfect selection which has effectively three different feather values on it, ready to apply our color change. All we need to do now the selection is active, is come to the Layers palette. Once again, come to the Adjustment Layers, go ahead and choose Hue Saturation, and don't forget, because we have a selection active, it's automatically going to create a layer mask of that perfect shape over here on the layer itself. All we got to do now is go ahead and choose Colorize again, and you can now go ahead and choose any color you want for that eye. I'm going to go for kind of a darkish blue, move it out of the way. You can see now a really nice finished result. We've got soft feathering on the right, slightly harder on the left, and a certain amount on the top and the bottom, which has all been combined using a couple of simple channels. If I just preview my size down a second, hiding all of the palettes, we can see the finished result, a nice sepia-toned image in the background with full control over the color of the eye using very cool techniques.